Hello there everybody, it is me XfreezerBunny and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build and welcome back to San Myshuno for another apartment build. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've done an apartment build, but we are here in 19 Culpeper House and we are building this very special and, dare I say, very unique clock tower loft apartment. Now, this apartment was inspired by a real-life clock tower penthouse. I believe it's located in Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it if you are on Instagram or on Pinterest. It's all over the internet, really famous, and I was really craving for a more minimalist build. So I decided to go ahead and do this because I was really busy doing the 64x64 lot, which is taking me literal months to finish. And while I was building that lot, I got into a predicament where I needed to figure out how to faithfully execute a clock tower, like a proper clock tower. And in the process of doing that, I figured out I can do this as an apartment. So here we are. So I figured out that you can use these wooden pieces from Cottage Living in tandem with some windows from Realm of Magic, and you can actually make some pretty compelling, realistic looking clock tower features or elements, or architectural design features, I should say. The only thing that I wish I was able to do was put some glass, because ultimately, it's just going to be an opening on the wall, but you know, it kind of looks close enough, right? Anyway, I was just really happy to be able to do this clock tower, so I was like, you know what? It's going to take me forever to finish the 64x64 build. Just do an apartment build. It's going to take you far less time to finish, and people will get to see this before you put out that 64x64, which is taking me literally 84 years. But anyway, really happy with how this clock tower turned out. It took me forever to do the Roman numerals. Who knew that amount of detail took forever? Also, I was kind of a dummy when I did it at first, not gonna lie, because I did it the other way around. So when you were looking at the clock tower from the outside, the Roman numerals were in reverse, so I had to redo it a second time. But it's fine. I'm really happy that I caught that, because that would have bothered me if I uploaded this and the Roman numerals were not right. But yeah, anyway, I'm just doing some, clock features right here, the hands of the clock and some gears, and of course a little post in the middle so that everything isn't floating in midair. So yeah, like I said, the only thing I would have done differently was to maybe add some glass to the clock, but unfortunately that just isn't possible unless you don't size down the window from Realm of Magic. But I really didn't want that window because it made this clock itself way smaller, which I didn't want. Also, you can see the frame of the window from the outside, which I also didn't want as well. So yeah, there I was, just simplifying the design of the clock, because to me, I felt like it was a little bit too busy. And like I said, I was going for more of a minimalist vibe for this build. So yeah, I really like working in Culpeper House because the grid on this apartment is actually straight. I'm not talking about the in-game grid, I'm talking about the tool grid. Obviously, in this build, I will be using the tool mod a lot. That clock would not have been possible without the tool mod, let me just tell you. But the tool grid for this apartment is actually straight, which gives me a lot more options to be precise with my builds. And that is exactly how I like to do things. I like to be precise because I am a trained architect. I'm an architecture graduate, and basically one of the most important things I learned from my drafting class is to not eyeball any measurements, because that is potentially very risky. It's gonna have real life consequences. For some reason, I'm carrying that over to The Sims. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, in game, but I guess that's just how I work. Anyway, I also made quite an effort of doing this kind of like TV console area, or should I say kind of like entertainment area. I just really enjoyed the precision I had with tool for this build that I decided to go all out and just make this a very detailed but still minimalist build. I know those are two kind of conflicting things, but there is a lot of detail in this build, and it took me way more time than I was anticipating at first, because initially I thought that the clock tower aspect of this build was kind of like enough of a wow factor to, you know, be worth a build all on its own. But then I decided to add more stuff. So you guys will be seeing me do these kind of like really elaborate entertainment section. The kitchen itself is also really elaborate, the bedroom and the bathroom as well. So basically every room in this house except for like the closet, which is, you know, literally just a room with some coats in it. But yeah, absolutely loved this entertainment section. And I also discovered a new item that is potentially one of my new favorite items to use for modern builds. So these LED strip lights, right, that came with high school years, they are so good. They make for really good accent lights. Let me just tell you, I absolutely love them so much. So I will be using them all throughout this build, maybe a little bit too much, but there you go. There they are as accents. I'm really happy with how they look. And here I am just, you know, adding in more detail using these shelves rotated to kind of have more built-in you know, areas right here. Anyway, really enjoyed this little console area, and we're just adding in some more detail right here with some, in my mind, these are like collectibles. So yeah, maybe whoever lives here likes to travel or something like that, and these are things that they've collected over their travels. Actually, before I continue, I do want to give you guys a quick update on my high school years giveaway. So after weeks of trying to reach out to people, I finally chose a winner that actually responded to my messages, because full disclosure to you guys, I contacted 3 people, and the first 2 that I contacted totally ghosted me. I gave them a couple of days to respond, and unfortunately those 2 that I originally chose as winners were inactive accounts. And as I mentioned to you guys in my original giveaway video, I'm not going to give the code to an inactive account because that would be just a waste of code. Luckily, I found someone on Twitter, and congratulations to this person who left this comment. You are the winner of my high school years giveaway. And yeah, thank you to everyone who participated. You guys were amazing. Apologies if it took me so long to properly announce this, but like I said, people didn't respond, so kind of unfortunate for them. But on the plus side, The Sims 4 is going to be available for free next month, which is really exciting. I believe it's October 18th. I believe they're also going to be announcing some things as well, so I don't know about that. Maybe it's The Sims 5, though I have also heard some speculation that it might be too early for The Sims 5. I think I've heard that we have years worth of Sims 4 content. So yeah, not sure. Haven't been really keeping up with the community that much, unfortunately, just because I've been so busy working on my own personal projects, as well as the one passion project I've been working on, which is the 64x64 lot that I can't seem to shut up about. And also, I have recently, once again, started to have a social life. Yes, I have a social life now again. So as you guys know, last month, actually by the time I'm recording this, it's almost exactly 1 month since my best friend and I went to that All Time Low concert. and it was so amazing. That was my first all-time low concert and my first like proper concert since 2019, so a good 2.5 years probably, and it was so much fun. Nothing beats hearing live music performed IRL because the music was just chef's kiss. I'm not a huge fan of, or I wasn't a huge fan of their new stuff, but hearing them in person live, I definitely got much more of an appreciation for them. I'm more of an old school all-time low fan. Like I said in my previous video, my favorite album is Nothing Personal, but I've also really started to get into Future Hearts. I think that would be my second favorite album. And a fun little piece of Sims trivia is that All Time Low did the background music for the Sims 3 Generations trailer. This is making me so nostalgic, but Sims 3 Generations! Oh my gosh, I just got hit with a huge wave of nostalgia. In my opinion, Generations has the best trailer for any of the Sims franchise. I don't care what anyone says. To me, Sims 2 Generations has the best trailer. And it's really interesting because I remember playing Generations when I was watching The Royal Wedding. I think that was around the time when Generations came out. I remember playing it and kind of reenacting the wedding in a way with my Sims. I know that sounds really weird, but yeah, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but I'm talking about Will and Kate's wedding back in 2011. Yes, I'm old. I was already in college at the time. I think I was a freshman at the time, actually. Oh, actually, now that I mention it, I do want to quickly say my deepest sympathies to all of you guys who are mourning the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Yeah, it's really sad. I was really shocked to hear the news, but some of you guys who have been following the royal family probably were more aware of the situation. But to me, it came as a shock. But I don't really follow the royal family, even though my mom is quite the fan of Princess Diana. But yeah, my deepest sympathies to all of you guys who are mourning her loss. And I can't believe I would see this in my lifetime, but wow, the UK now has a king? King Charles? Like what? That is pretty insane to me. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to the bathroom. As you can see, I'm once again doing quite some not as elaborate stuff as the kitchen or the living room or the clock tower, but still, I'm manipulating items to create entirely new things. And I think I completely rambled over me building the kitchen, but I absolutely love the kitchen. To be fair, it's pretty straightforward, you know, it's a minimalist kitchen, right? What else can I say about it? But I absolutely loved it, and I think that will be my template for all of the kitchens that I'm gonna be doing in the future. Definitely all of the modern kitchens, because I absolutely love that. Really proud of that kitchen, actually. I feel like that could have easily been a build all on its own, but I don't know, I just felt really extra for this build. Anyway, moving on to the final room that we're going to be furnishing in this house. This is the master bedroom / the only bedroom in this house. And this headboard is actually inspired by a real life project that I worked on. I did the floor plans for a kind of large-ish mid-range hotel, and that is exactly the headboard that hotel has. So I was like, you know what would a modern bedroom look like? And I don't know why hotel came into my mind, but actually having hotels in The Sims wouldn't be so bad. But based on the art that we've seen from the recent EA announcement, it seems to me like it's going to be galaxy themed somehow, so maybe spaceships or space travel, hopefully cars, I don't know. But yeah, we have this really modern and sleek kind of closet area slash desk area. So yeah, I just tried to make it look sleek and modern and minimalist. Really happy with how it turned out. And as always, I love using those base game kitchen cabinets as actual closets because they look really realistic to me. A lot of the projects that I worked on literally have that same closet, so there you go. But anyway, it looks like that's going to be it for this build, you guys. You all have an awesome day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.